Welcome back to DXB today. Great to have your company this evening. I hope you're enjoying the show thus far. A little bit of food for thought out there when it comes to all things cinema. We are focusing on the world and the art of cinema. And we can't have that discussion without talking to one of the true pioneers of film right here in the region. A trailblazer when it comes to women in film here in the UAE, but a trailblazer of just film here in the UAE. It's a warm welcome to the one, the only, Nayla Al Khaja. So lovely to see you as always. Thanks
you too, and what an honor to be presented by you.
No, it's an honor to have you on the sofa. We got whaled back, us two. But
exactly.
You've achieved so much more than during that extraordinary career of yours. I mean, yeah, we go back to that intro, you know, a pioneer of film here in the region, for women, for men, for just film in general. Where did it all start? Was there a eureka moment for you when you went, okay, I'm a natural-born storyteller, and I'm going to make this my life?
Wow, that's quite heavy to begin the show with. Thanks, Tom. You never waste a moment. Assassinate me from minute one. So yeah, for me it was more like my cow next door, because that's when I discovered I love surrealism and symbolism, because I made a film when I was 15 on 8mm, and why not? I painted in every color under the sun, and then got my sister tied her up in a chair and got a dancer and, you know, called that a movie. And then never looked back. I was just always, you know, mesmerized by world cinema. Fine arts was my background as well, so I think combining both things together, the natural thing is you tell films. Now, whether you tell them good or not, that's another story.
Is there a storyteller in everyone?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think we all have stories, you know, even people who think their life is quite mundane are able to tell stories because they meet other people with interesting things to say. So that's from their perspective as a story.
So you've just unveiled your second feature film, Bob.
Yes.
Which is, you know, this amazing, it's a very personal story, but also you're, you know, working with Rahman on the music here. Like, it's really has international ambitions. It's going to be touring festivals across the world. But this is also your most personal film. So
yes.
How do you feel like you've really grown in the feature world to be able to tell something that came from that heart like that?
Yeah, it was a terrifying film to tell, because I was very closer to my, like, let's say, cinematic voice. I just lost my best friend of 24 years, and I developed a severe pain, so it's very physical and emotional. Tinnitus, whatever you want to call it. So the only way to shut the sound was to increase the volume of the TV or just to sleep. And I'm like, I had to channel this pain into a script. So that's where Bob was born, with Mr. Adamrullah, my co-writer. But more than that, I did something bold, because it was not your typical traditional mainstream cinema. It's this, as I say, it's a cinema that enriches the soul. There was 140 different artists, you know, from around the UAE who actually came together to tell this film. We had Rocher Stoffers, who did School of Rock, Disturbia. So we had some heavy hitters and locals who came together to make this film. And by the way, FYI, something crazy happened. We found this abandoned school, and we decided to turn it into an old courtyard Arabian house. So we spent 4 months building this. It's just from my camera angles. So you could say I was spoiled. Not really, because I actually erased the entire amount myself, and that itself was very painful. So from start to end, it has been such a personal journey, and I hope it hits home with people's, you know, I mean, it's the kind of movie whether you either love it or you hate it, really, because it's not straightforward. It makes you think.
And I think people are too
on Rotten Tomatoes. Spoon-fed. What?
It's at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
99.
99.
Haven't checked recently.
And Nayla, I had the actual privilege to watch Bob on the premiere. Beautiful cinematography, amazing cast. Can you tell us about how you went about kind of pitching the story? Because it's something fresh and new to the Emirati market. And how did you find the right talent to attach it to your film?
First of all, I have to salute Sultan Darmaki, my producer, because it takes a lot of guts for someone to believe in it and to finance it from A to Z. And if it wasn't for him, you know, I wouldn't have a patron. That's why I say patrons of the arts, so important. I mean, you know, a lot of people here are wealthy, but what is a country's wealth without its art and culture? And to cast, it was quite a daunting experience, because again, you want an Emirati who's 65, who can do this and this and this. Your pool is like literally down to 5 or 4 people. And if they don't fit the vision that you have, then you're in trouble. But I was just so lucky that I actually found the right people for my film. So yeah, just a lot of good things came together and made Bob happen.
I think that's the hardest part, right? Is the team and the collaboration of the team. And especially as a creative that you are, you've got this creative cap and this imagination, but then you have to think about directing and the production and the cost and all of that. How do you balance that?
Yeah, because we were supposed to shoot it in 29 days. We shot it in 18 and a half. which means a lot of sacrifices, but also meant that I couldn't take more than a take or two per scene. So 1, 2 take out. Otherwise, if I take 3, I could actually jeopardize the film. So I didn't have the luxury of taking a lot of shots. So I couldn't become, you know, your typical, oh, let's do another 17. I didn't have that kind of luxury. But that's why I had someone like Roger Stoffer's very, very senior cinematographer who has won 2 Oscars in the past as well. And I mean, I'm bragging about him because he is really a legend. But because when you have someone like that, you're in safe hands and you're able to navigate the space. I mean, we did clash from time to time, which is good. I think that's healthy, but not in a way where it stops production, you know? Yeah.
Okay, here it comes. The old state of the nation, state of play question. It always comes around,
it
doesn't
has
it?
to
You
come
know
from
it's coming.
Tom.
You know it's coming. Listen, we've been talking about it for many years. We've seen the evolution. We've seen development. We have seen moves forward. Where are we at with Emirati cinema and the industry here in the UAE at the moment?
This is where I crawl very calmly under the sofa and never come out again, Tom. I think I've said it a billion times, people are tired. So honestly, one simple solution that could change the whole, let's say, vibe of the scene, so to speak, of film is if cinema is taken very seriously. If it becomes a priority, everything then moves really fast, like AI, like anything else that we see in the UAE. So if cinema is taken very seriously, they will start creating, like, let's say, you know, national film grants on a much bigger scale. We will be able to see, you know, let's say 7 to 10 films ignited or starting from the UAE for the rest of the world. So I say local for global. But let's start somewhere. Let's start. Because everything that we see now is either from imagination, let's be honest, or individual efforts, movements, pockets of movements. But there isn't really an industry, so to speak. It's just like, you know, individual efforts. And it will be nice to see that kind of convert into something that's more sustainable and also lucrative. I mean, the UAE, let's be honest, it's wonderful. You have 4 different terrains: mountain, buildings, desert, ocean. It barely rains, so you can shoot any time of the year. And you have all these different faces and nationalities. And we need stories. They're just so rich with that. And I think they've eased up. I mean, look, I'm looking at you. They've eased up with censorship, which is great. So now what they do, they won't say, nope, you can't shoot that film anymore. They'll be like, would you mind changing maybe just this scene or changing that word? So it just, you know, I look at it as a step forward, honestly.
We're seeing even more international collaborations. We're signing amazing deals being signed for films being shot here. What have you learned from these first 2 films that you want to apply to the next film? Do you feel like there's a different path forward, or you really don't want to continue on to the same sorts of genre?
So no, that's a very tricky question, because my 3rd film, which is being developed as we speak, is actually a comedy. And it's in English.
Look at that.
So you finally have your big break. Just kidding. For movies, I mean. Because I always thought like he's a James Bond, you know. Right? So it's a comedy, and it's in English, but it's a really like a human story that I'm in love with, and it's something that is very, very different than anything I've ever done. So you can call it a palate cleanser. Will I ever go back to genre? 100%. I mean, I'm born in the dark side, you know, like I love genre movies. But for me, for now, I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit softer and take something light, because I have children who are like, Mommy, we can't watch your films. Like, I can't wait till I'm 18 plus to watch your movies. So in a way, it's also for my kids to watch it and have fun. Because right now they just do the red carpet and they disappear.
Well, most of the greats have done it, right? I mean, well, they've gone the other way. You got Jim Carrey, Steve Carell, like they're comedians, but they've gone into serious acting roles as well.
Yeah. Was that film 21 or Sunshine on an Eternal Mind, right?
Yes,
when Jim Carrey did it. No one,
yeah,
I mean, it's a beautiful film.
Yeah, great film. So yeah, you can go that way round, of course. Comedy, I'm looking forward to it.
Scorsese did it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Nayla, I have this question, because like as a filmmaker, and I've seen so many people kind of trying to break into the industry. What's the one misconception or challenge that needs to change about Emirati filmmakers to start that kind of evolution of becoming an industry? Because everyone says we're still not even a scene yet. So how can we push the boundaries so that we can see more Emirati films that are getting more international acclaim, as well as just viewership, not only in the Middle East, but worldwide?
It's one word: acceptance. I feel like if there's a body that can, first of all, identify who all the filmmakers are, that are active, that are actually making films, and get them all together and do something about it, not just individual, but a collective community that can come together and find solid, practical solution that you can like literally kickstart, you know, next day. I mean, we've given them a lot of practical, when I say them, they're different bodies, solutions on how this can start. But unless someone does something about it, and we do 100% absolutely need the government to take cinema as a priority, and then I can see the shift happening really, really fast. And I mean it in a beautiful and a very positive way, because it does pain me when I go to Venice, Berlin, and other festivals, and I can't see one UAE, you know, film in such festivals. And of course, I'm to blame as well, you know, but I am trying now. Like, at least I could brag a little bit and say, like, Bob got into Cairo International. It's an A+ in the Arab world. I mean, you know, whether it's glamorous, it doesn't matter. I mean, it is an A+ festival. That's a good step. This morning, I was just telling you back in the green room that, you know, I got a call from Beijing, so that could be interesting as well. So it is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of perseverance, and it's a fight. It's a daily fight. But at some point, someone's going to crack the, you know, glass ceiling and take us somewhere else.
And it's 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know?
This is
99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
Tom,
Critics, not audience.
By the
Critics.
end of the show, it will be 100%. That's for sure.
yes.
You know, guaranteed.
Tom said it at the beginning, trailblazer. So you are the one to do that. So thank you, Nayla.
Thank you very much.
All of your work you've been doing so far.
Thank you. Appreciate it.